Welcome back to the CHECOTAH Event Center. I'm your host, Eric Shannon, along with my good friend now, Dion Imade. Dion, thank you for joining me on Saturday.
No, you know what? Saturday morning, afternoon, basketball time. I'm ready to go.
It's Championship Saturday. Here we go. And we will kick off the Consolation Championship game right here. And we have the CHECOTAH Lady Wildcats who come in at 6-11 versus the Wagoner Lady Bulldogs at 6-8. And this should be a pretty evenly matched game, even talent-wise and physical.
Yeah, both these teams have the size. It looks like CHECOTAH has the size advantage right now, as you can see from the starting lineup. But both these teams look athletic and ready to go.
Well, you know, both teams lost their first-round game. They won their second-round game, and that puts them here.
It's going to be interesting to see which team gets off at the fast start. As you can see, CHECOTAH puts up the first basket.
Vanessa Henson, first one to break the ice. And now this young lady right here, number one, Des Penny for Wagoner. I had the pleasure of interviewing her in the basketball media days, and she is a character and the spark plug of this Lady Bulldogs team. Now the three-pointer doesn't go for her. Ball bounces out of bounds off of Alexis Hamilton. Hamilton had she's kind of a spotty shooter for CHECOTAH. She hit a couple three-pointers, but that's probably about the best way to describe the Lady Wildcats is they're a spotty shooting team. And Olivia Clayton, she has been kind of cold as of late, but a rebound and put back there by Gracie Lewis.
And that's a good job by Gracie Lewis right there. Aggressive defense, doesn't give up on the offensive rebound, fights the ball away from a defender, and goes straight up with it.
It's one thing about these smaller schools, you never really know what you're going to get as far as who's coming out. And I think the coaches do a great job with what they have. Of course, no slide whatsoever against them. Wow, we got to turn that down.
Job by the offensive rebound by Wagoner. They get the foul, and they set it back up. You can see them set up the offense real quick.
Well, we can't hear ourselves. One more time. That's better, I think.
Yeah, that's good.
That's better. All right, sorry about that. Trying to get our audio corrected here.
Looks like we had a little bit of an injury from the Wagoner side of things. Shamari Virgil.
And Virgil was the one that put the points on the board first for Wagoner.
Looks like Wagner's having some trouble finding a way to get inside this 2-3 defense of CHECOTAH.
Three-pointer, that will certainly break her right there. And that is Stroud with a three-pointer. Number 3 with a 3. And that'll tie the game at 4-all.
Yeah, and you really don't need to go inside the defense if you can continue shooting threes like that.
Right. Make that defense flex out a little bit more, open up the inside later.
And that's exactly what they're going to have to do. Those perimeter shots are going to have to fall tonight if they're going to have any way of getting inside and getting some easy baskets.
And that's Peyton Stroud.
And that's a nice move over there by Olivia Clayton.
And another three-pointer by Stroud. So Peyton Stroud, 2 straight three-pointers for the Wagoner Lady Bulldogs will put them up 7-4. Both of them have come on the right wing. Olivia Clayton drives baseline up against the glass. Nice move by Olivia Clayton.
And you can see she's been trying to get going early in this contest. First, she did a great move, a nice little elbow move to get open down there in the post, but it was a pass that was a little short, so Wagoner capitalized on the turnover. Right there, they give the ball straight to her. She dribble, drives, and penetrates, and she gets the easy 2 points.
Olivia Clayton has struggled much of this tournament, so she's had a little bit of a rough time. So it's nice to see her get on track early. Wagoner will inbounds it. Des Penny will inbound the ball for Wagoner. Inlet pass and immediately chopped down on the shot, and I believe the foul is going to be on number 23, Vanessa Hinton. That's her first foul of hers and second team foul. At the line is Frankie Clark. Clark's first free throw won't go. Second one will drop, and we'll add a point to their total. 8-6 now the score in favor of Wagoner.
You can see them going to this press defense. Good job by CHECOTAH breaking down the press, passing over it.
Shot a little bit too strong by Lewis. I think Lewis expected contact as she went in. Down to Clayton. Clayton loses the ball, picked up by Henson. Jumper is good, and Vanessa Henson so far, Dante Swanson was sitting here last night. So Dion, so far, Henson's off on a good start.
Yeah, she really is. And those offensive rebounds have really helped her out. Still, Wagoner having trouble getting inside this 3-2 defense.
I think they're scared of the height of CHECOTAH down low, and CHECOTAH does have some heights down in the blocks.
I mean, and it's a very, especially with Olivia Clayton down there, it's kind of a lot of clustered up. Doesn't want to see any turnovers happen early, so the penetration isn't there. Though you see number 3 for this Wagoner team, Peyton, she does penetrate, doesn't convert, but they're going to need a lot more of that going into this game.
I'm sure it's a little intimidating looking at that the front lineup of CHECOTAH. And slapped back to her out of bounds as she was trying to throw it in was Alexis Hamilton. And so it would be a turnover to Wagoner. Out on top, 23 Macnac. Long line of Macnacs have come through Wagoner. And going to get called for a travel. I was blocked by the official. I'm assuming she drug a foot.
You could really tell that Des Penny really wants to take that three-point shot right there. Just waiting for the right opportunity to catch a CHECOTAH defender with their hands down before she really goes up with it.
Trying to go deep down into Olivia Clayton, and turnaround jumper against glass is good.
And that's a nice move right there. She begs for the ball, and a nice long outlet pass.
And Penny drives the lane and is accosted as she goes down into the paint. And You can watch it right here on replay. The turnaround jumper off the glass by Olivia Clayton.
And Des kind of went down pretty hard right there.
Des Penny will be at the line to shoot two. The foul was called on Vanessa Henson, number 23. It's her second personal and third team foul. She will be substituted out for Bailey Todd will be coming in.
And every Wagoner player who's gone to the free throw line has made one and missed one. So they're exactly 50%. I think 3 for 6 right now from the free throw line.
10-9 the score. Wagoner down by 1. Olivia Clayton, long jumper, won't go. She's short on that. Shakes her head.
And that's exactly what she needs to do. I mean, find that spot on the elbow and keep shooting. You can tell that's one of those muscle memory shots. She didn't really look at the basket. She just went up with it. And, I mean, those things are going to continue to happen if she doesn't continue shooting. You got to be confident about your ability to keep shooting, just like Peyton is with this three-point shot that she's displaying early in this game.
Peyton Stroud, her third three-pointer of the game, and she now has 9 points, 9 of the 12 points. Three-pointer on its way and is good on the other end. That was Madison Proctor. She says, I will see you 3 and I will raise you 3. So we have two smaller guards, and they both kind of the energy of the team. Nice pass down low to Clayton. Clayton can't finish, though. Rebounded by Wagoner underneath, and that was Goings. Nope, excuse me, that was not Goings. That was Hawkins.
And she's got to make those down there. I mean, those are baskets that you can see the foul over here. Don't know which one they're going to call it on.
Looks like they're going to call it on. They're going to call it on 11 Virgil. So that will be the second team foul and her first foul. Now we're under 40 seconds now, the end of this first quarter.
But going back to Olivia, those easy shots down there in the post, she's got to make them. She has the move. She demands the ball. But when you're down there, you got to make those easy layups.
Yeah, you have to, and that was a great pass by Hamilton getting the ball down low to her. You have to finish those off. .24 seconds. Driving is Proctor, and a nice driving layup. So Proctor has 5 points.
And that's 2 straight possessions that Proctor's putting up points for this Lady Wildcats team.
Three-pointer on the way, too far, and that was taken by Hawkins. And Wagoner will call a timeout with 4 seconds left. 30-second timeout. Probably not what the coach wanted. 4 seconds left. Just try to get the ball out and do something. But nonetheless, they're going to have 4 seconds. Try to get the ball down, or try to get the ball back in and
it's a bit. Let's be honest. It's a bit of a wasted of a timeout. I mean, you keep the possession, and that's something that you always want to do, especially with the possession arrow being over to Wagner's side. But still, calling a timeout in this situation, getting a jump ball, 4 seconds left to get some points. Not the ideal time to call a timeout.
It's kind of like in football when you call an extra point or call a timeout on an extra point. Coaches just cringe and say, we need to save that for later.
Yeah, because, I mean, looking at the way the game is going right now, being a close, evenly matched ball game like you mentioned earlier, it's going to be.
Oh, and nearly a long-range three-pointer by Clayton, but doesn't drop. So that'll end our first quarter as we'll watch some of the highlights. Three-pointer right there by Stroud.
And that just is kind of the summary of that first quarter for this CHECOTAH team. I mean, Olivia Clayton going down, having great times, in the post, but also having some miserable outings offensively. Right there, she gets down, she gets a good look at the shot. It goes in, it goes out, and whew, not the way you want to end the first quarter, but still a very strong performance by them.
Right, you know, and Clayton's missed a couple of point-blank shots, and hopefully she can shore that up. She has, like I mentioned earlier, she hasn't had a great tournament, and I watched her in practice Thursday. She looked very confident and shot the ball well, but ever since that first game on Thursday, I don't know if something's going on. I don't know, maybe she didn't have her Cheerios. I don't know, but she's been off all tournament.
Yeah, sometimes you got to eat them Wheaties.
You got to get those Wheaties instead of the Cheerios, right?
Good ball rotation right now for CHECOTAH.
And another three-pointer by the youngster Proctor. I say youngster, young lady there. Proctor now has pumped in 2 3-pointers.
Yeah, the 5-foot sophomore is really keeping these Lady Wildcats in the game right now.
Wagoner sets up, trying to check out their half-court offense, trying to find some room to work. Penny, three-pointer, and almost bounced in. I thought it was going to go. Rebound on the backside by Hawkins. You said it earlier, you're waiting for Penny to pop that one, and there she goes.
Yeah, she took the first opportunity she could to start the second quarter the right way. Didn't get it to fall, but good job by the offensive rebound.
Turnaround jumper by Stroud, and it's good. So Stroud, that is her 4th three-pointer of the game. Stroud now has 12 points. Three-second lane violation, so one of those unforced turnovers the coach doesn't like to see.
That's unfortunate because I think they called it on number 15, Madison Proctor. And it just didn't, it seemed like she was getting out of there. She kind of knew the situation she was looking at. She looks at the bench and she shrugs her shoulders. She thought she was out in time, but that was not the case.
Hawkins, three-pointer off the back of the rim, won't go.
And right there, that's what they need to do. Good job by number 11 for these Bulldogs, Shamari Virgil, getting inside, posting up, and then kicking the ball right back out, getting an open shot.
Shot wouldn't go that time, and that was by Clark. It was blocked by Thomas. So the ball will stay with the Wagoner Lady Bulldogs. Des Penny will inbounds the ball. Back to Penny. Stroud, three-pointer, and that one doesn't fall, so she's 4 of 5 from three-point range. A floater won't go. Virgil rebound, put back up, it won't go. Virgil gets her own rebound and is fouled this time. Virgil seems to be nursing that ankle that she went down on early in the first quarter.
Yeah, but she's fighting through it, knowing this is the last game of the tournament. She doesn't want to go out yet.
Virgil will shoot 2. The foul was on number 33, Destiny Thomas. That's Thomas' second foul. And if the trend holds true, as you said, then Virgil will hit this second free throw.
Let's find out.
And she doesn't. You may have jinxed her there. Rebound.
I may have, or you may have.
Well, collectively, we jinxed her. Lewis had the rebound.
Good defense by number 3 over there, Stroud. Nice fast hands, but even faster hands on the opposite side by number 15, Madison.
Madison Proctor will be able to strip the ball away from Burton.
A good block by Olivia.
Virgil trying to get that inside game to work, and the ball's going to go out on Olivia Clayton.
And that's a good no call by the refs. I mean, Virgil does exactly what they teach, divide the double team and get up a shot. Just a good job by getting the block by the CHECOTAH defender. Still stays Wagner's ball.
Stroud drives baseline, got herself in a trap. Backs out, back up to Penny up top.
And they let her loose right there. They gave her an opportunity to keep the possession going. They had a great double team over there on the corner. Olivia bails and goes back to the post, and they let her find an outlet. But let's see what they do here in transition.
3-point on the way, off the front of the rim, won't go. Rebound by Penny. Shot was taken by 12, Bailey Todd. Three seconds in the lane, going to be called, I believe, on Virgil.
And Virgil's telling the guards, I need that ball right there in that spot. If I'm down here working in the post, y'all got to get me the ball so I can kick it back out. She's thinking smartly on the offensive end. It's up to these guards to listen to her. Kick the ball into her, then she'll kick it back out if she doesn't have an opportunity to turn around and get the basket.
Well, they're setting it up nicely. Every time they kick it out and Olivia Clayton steps out, they need to get it right back down to her. Now getting it down in the paint. Missed the shot was Lewis.
It's going to be interesting to see what they call here. I think they called Des Penny.
Going to call Penny for a push, and that is the fourth team foul for Wagner, and Penny's first. And a turnover over, trying to get to Olivia Clayton.
Ooh, and a nice move by number 15 over there on the defensive end, Proctor.
Proctor just made her change her dribble and she lost her step. Clayton, jump shot, won't go.
And she hits the back of the rim, but that's a good job by Proctor finding the open player. She has a good knowledge of the game. You can tell, especially when she's running down on the fast break. She just undercuts them every time. They kind of trip over themselves, and it turns into a turnover going back to CHECOTAH.
Proctor, good court vision. Ball will stay with Wagner on this end after the ball went out of bounds.
You can hear the refs over there warning some of
Penny,
the players to watch the elbows.
Penny, three-pointer won't go. Rebounded by Olivia Clayton. And now we're going to have a reach-in foul on number 10. That's Frankie Clark, and that's her first and the team's fifth foul. Nope, excuse me, that's Clark's second foul. So Clark has picked up two. 3:18 left in the second period, 18-15. Both teams have hit a three-pointer in the second quarter, and that's been all the scoring. And Penny nearly had a steal, but the official got in the way.
Yeah, he kind of hit him with a little nutmeg right there.
Yeah.
Ball goes between his legs and out of bounds. This is a good job by Des Penny, though, anticipating the pass and jumping it.
Proctor, three-point attempt on the way. It's good. So the 5-foot Proctor has been very big for the Lady Wildcats.
And she's the reason they got the lead right now. Anytime there's an open shot, she takes it and she makes it count.
Proctor so far has 11 points. Proctor looking over the defense, trying to reset the offense. Going to drive up by Lewis. Lewis sets the screen. Her baseline layup won't go. Rebounded by Stroud, and a timeout taken by Wagner, 30-second timeout.
And CHECOTAH's coaching staff is not happy over there on the bench. You could hear him calling the play call. It didn't seem like everybody was on the same page. Luckily for a timeout for them, they get everything cleared up with 20 seconds, with 18 seconds left in the half.
That's our countdown clock for the timeout. There's I believe there's like 2 minutes left before halftime.
I stand corrected.
Stand corrected. Yeah, that caught me off guard yesterday. I looked down there and saw that, and
it's like, what is that?
Yeah, it threw me off. 2:18. There we go.
There we go.
2:18 to go before halftime. Wagner, Stroud will bring the ball down for Wagner. Kicks over to Penny. Stroud, three-pointer, top of the key, and is good, man.
And that's exactly what we're talking about right there. That's exactly what number 11, Shamari Virgil, wants to do. Get the ball on the inside. Let me kick it back out and get these open shots, and that's exactly what she does, and they make it count.
Yeah, Clayton forced a drive in and unable to get a nice shot off. Minute 37. Wagner down 21-18. Penny's going to drive, tries to shoot baseline.
And a great block over there from behind by Olivia Clayton.
Clayton gets the block.
And Clayton's holding her and defensively. It's offensively that she's found some trouble.
Hawkins three-pointer off the rim and rebound by Lewis. Hamilton three-pointer, wow.
And that's a great dribble kick over there by Proctor. She sees the defense and she knows she has a corner three open, and she hits Hamilton over there on the corner and she nails it.
Hamilton three-pointer from the left corner, and this is the best I've seen the CHECOTAH girls team shoot all tournament. Nice move. And that was Clark. Nope, Burton, excuse me.
A nice little mini Euro step over there by Burton.
Stroud picks Lewis's pocket. Penny, three-point from the right corner, and she loses her footing after. I don't know if she was fouled or not, but nice rebound by Burton and putback.
And Wagner's really killing them on the offensive rebounding right now. It's kind of what's keeping them inside this game, with them being behind by 2.
Here, Clayton not very happy with her point guard Proctor, and Lewis trying to drive inside, and we're going to have a foul call. Let's see who we call it on.
Talk to him, don't yell at him.
They're going to call it on Hawkins.
She was not happy at all with that.
She was not very happy. Some miscommunication. 8.25 seconds left. 2 point. Hamilton got away with a travel there. And they waste an opportunity there. Couldn't get a shot off. So we'll roll into halftime, a 24-22 game. And both teams have shot the ball pretty well.
Yeah, and it's really kept both of them in the game. There you see Proctor, who's had a great half of basketball, 11 points over there. And then on the other side, number 3 for this Wagner Lady team, Lady Bulldogs, it's Peyton Stroud, who's made a bunch of threes. I think she's 4 for 5 right now from the three-point line. You can see a couple of them right there. And then defensively, Olivia Clayton has done the job, but offensively she continues to struggle, and hopefully she picks up that in the second half.
She had her 2 quick buckets, and then this young lady comes off the bench, Burton, and does a nice job, rebound and a putback there. So it's nice to see the bench play coming in there. But yeah, Clayton she comes out, has 2 quick buckets, and we think maybe she got on track, and then she misses her next 4 or 5 shots. So hopefully she gets that figured out. So going to halftime, Lady Wildcats lead the Lady Bulldogs 24-22 in the Consolation Championship here at the CHECOTAH CROSSROADS CLASSIC in CHECOTAH, Oklahoma, brought to you by Bravado Wireless. Folks, stick around. We have some more great action coming up in the second half. We'll be back in a few minutes.
There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines. Because we live where you live. Visit BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
We were there when your grandparents made their first telephone call. We were there when your parents were able to choose what to watch on cable. And now, we are here for you, providing high-speed internet service to your family. There is one thing we know for sure. No matter what happens next, Cross is here to keep you connected. Cross, serving families like yours, today and tomorrow.
There we go. Welcome back to the CHECOTAH Crossroads Classic. Wagoner and CHECOTAH ladies battling it out for the Consolation Championship. No score to start out in the second half. Had a couple of shots.
Both of these teams doing a good job of rotating the ball, but both of these teams also running similar defenses, that 3-2 defense, having trouble getting inside of it. Wagner's kind of found the solution to it, especially with Virgil over there on the inside being able to find an outlet just like this and kick it out.
Three-pointer no good by Proctor. Rebound tracked down by Hamilton. Trying to get him to move, and no one's, Proctor's just kind of waiting for someone to move. Dangerous pass to Olivia Clayton. Clayton, with that high dribble, loses it.
Good hands over there by number 3 for these Lady Bulldogs, Stroud. But Olivia had a good mindset right there.
Right.
Nothing happening over there on the outside. She tries to penetrate, although she gets the ball knocked out of her hands. Still stays with the Wildcats.
Hamilton, three-pointer, back of the rim, won't go. Rebound by Virgil, and let's see. Going to call the foul on Destiny Thomas. Oh, wow, that's her third foul. And so Thomas, even though she comes off the bench, she's a huge presence coming off the bench inside.
And you can see why she's getting called for these fouls. It's kind of blatant. She's kind of just pushing her way, muscling her way to these offensive rebounds and getting over the backs and fouls and pushes every time she gets out there. She has to be a little bit more finesse than power when she's in there trying to contribute for this team.
That's where the got to think. Yeah, you've got to think about what you're doing.
I don't know about that one. I wish we could see a replay on that foul right there over there on number 15, Proctor. It seems like she got that ball cleanly, but the refs didn't agree and called the foul on her.
Penny up top. Stroud, that's your three-point shooter, number 3. Penny and Proctor go at it for just a second.
Proctor almost gets that steal right there.
And Burton's three-pointer won't fall.
Good job by Clayton.
Hawkins, excuse me.
Good job by Clayton over there closing out on the three-point shooter.
And Stroud walked when she caught the ball, took a couple extra steps. Coach for the Wagoner Lady Bulldogs is Randy Pawpaw. And with the CHECOTAH, it's Jim Glover, longtime coach from this area.
Look at the handles over here by Proctor. Good job by Virgil, though, staying in front of her as she tries to dribble and penetrate. Not allowing her by, though.
Yeah, very quick. Penny's going to pick up her second foul. So Des Penny picks up 2, or her second. And a three-point attempt that looked almost like a pass. And they're going to call over the back on Lewis, though.
I don't know about that one. It looked like she kind of got that cleanly by the height advantage that she was displaying down there in the post.
Score 24-22, hasn't changed since we came out of half. We're in the third quarter of the Consolation Championship. Nice give and go there. Virgil can't hit the layup though, and that's one of those things they've got to hit up against the glass.
Yeah, and that was a nice play design over there by the head coach. Just couldn't get it to convert. It looks like this CHECOTAH offense is trying to space out this 3-2 defense. Good pass over there by Clayton.
A lot of a discombobulation there. It was a nice pass, but Lewis unable to get the ball up and bounced it off the back of Virgil's head. And Stroud, this is her second team foul.
And we're 4 minutes and 45 seconds into this third quarter and still no score in the second half. We're still at the same point that we were. Now we get one over here. First basket made by number 23.
That's Henson, I believe, and gets both of her free throws. So Henson drains both of them. 26-22. Still not a field goal, however.
I'm going to chalk that up to the zone defense.
Both teams, they're playing a pretty stingy zone defense.
I mean, they were hot, though, in the first half, making three-pointers and shots off of offensive rebounds.
Hawkins' three-pointer won't go. Rebound by Proctor.
Ooh, and they missed the outlet over here to Olivia Clayton. She was wide open in that left block of the post.
Nice give and go, and it got, that's what they want to do, but she gets fouled as she goes up. Create some spacing and get Olivia Clayton in the paint.
And that's a good vision by Madison right there. And good job by Clayton keeping the ball high and going straight up. She never put it on the ground. She went straight up with it, draws the foul. Let's see what she can do over here from the free throw line.
First one is good, so her first point since the first quarter.
So all three baskets that we have on the scoreboard in the second half are off from the free throw line.
Second one is good.
See Olivia Clayton, it kind of has that straight line shot. No arc to it really, but it works for her.
There you go, Maddie. Behind you, behind you, behind you. Get out there, get out there.
Penny, three-pointer on the way. It's going to be off. Hits off the backboard on the backside. She's able to pick off the pass. Another jumper won't go. This time rebounded by Proctor.
Tight defense right here.
Now they get it in, but she loses her balance. Well, she's pushed. I guess that's why she lost her balance.
Yeah, that's a good call by the refs because they finally decide to use the height advantage that they have over there down in the block. They throw the ball up. Good job by Clayton being able to come down with that pass, but gets interfered with towards the end when she comes down.
Nice outlet pass inside to Henson, and Henson adds two more to her total.
And that's a good job by Henson right there because he kind of caught that ball awkwardly. She's able to come down, gain her composure, and then go back up with a nice kiss off the glass.
So far, Henson's had her best game. A nice floater there by Desiree Burton, excuse me.
Burton's come in with some surprising points off the bench. And it seems effortless as she goes up with it.
Hamilton backside and trying to get it over to Lewis. Henson jumper. And did they call the foul on her shooting? They did call it as she was shooting. I thought it was down in the blocks.
I was thinking the same thing. It looked like the vision of the ref was focused on that interior right there, but she calls it on the shooter, and the first free throw is rimmed in and out by Vanessa Henson.
Now it's the third foul on Penny, and both free throws don't drop. Henson able to track it down and bounce it off of.
And that's a good job by Henson over there with the effort, and they call it white ball.
Yeah, you know, yeah, I thought she got it off of the Wagner player, but the officials disagree with us. That's why they get paid big bucks.
Yeah, it looked like the other official had a better vision of it. They came in, talked it over, and now Wagner gets the ball.
Oh, Henson got away with one there. Could have been a foul, but good no call probably.
And they had Proctor over there streaming down the court, couldn't get her head up in time to see her.
Nice find the back door right there on Hamilton.
And I think that Proctor's kind of figured it out now. This is the second time that she's hit that backdoor cutter over there off that 3-2 zone defense.
Little miscommunication there. Penny comes back with it, kicks it back outside. Hawkins three-pointer in and out. Somehow she comes back up with it. Stroud three-pointer. Wow.
And it's a swish. Good job by Stroud. Come pick up with the ball.
Net.
Nothing but net.
32-27. Stroud only hits three-pointers.
Hence the number.
Right. And going to call over the back on Olivia. And I think if she wouldn't have leaned into her, it would have been a no call. But the fact was she leaned over.
I want to like talk with the refs after the game and get an explanation on this over the back rule, because it's clear as day that these players, mainly Olivia Clayton and number 45, Gracie Lewis, they have a height advantage over these girls. So they're just reaching up and grabbing the ball and plucking it out of the air. How do you call over the back on that situation?
When you have a six-inch differential.
Exactly.
Penny's going to drive, tries to get it up, and is blocked. Now out to Proctor. Proctor's got 2 seconds. One, lays it up, and not enough mustard on it to fall in.
And that's a good job over there by number 10, Frankie Clark, coming in, knowing that the time is running out, but still racing down there to affect her shot. And because of that, it's the difference in a basket and a miss.
And at the end of 32-27, stick around, fourth quarter coming. Watch some of our commercials and see what we're all about.
There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines, because we live where you live. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back to the CHECOTAH Crossroads Classic. And Dion, we have been treated to a nice game for the Consolation Championship between the CHECOTAH Lady Wildcats and Wagoner Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, and in the first half, it was very fast-paced. Shots were flying, buckets were being made, and girls were doing a great job, especially from the three-point line. Here in the third quarter, though, it slowed down. I mean, we didn't get our first buckets until 4 minutes, well into 4 minutes into the third quarter. And then after that, it was defense, defense, defense. Good job by this CHECOTAH Lady Wildcats team, finding that back door and able to break that 3-2 defense down just a little bit. But let's see what they have to offer here in the fourth quarter and the Consolation Championships.
A little bit more calculated here in the second half than what they were in the first.
Very much so. It seems like these head coaches and coaching staff was able to go in there and make some adjustments there at halftime, and it seemed to be working on defense. And that's a great job once again by number 15, Madison Proctor, able to undercut the fast break and disrupt it, and then a good job backside by number 23, Vanessa Henson, coming in and taking that shot away and blocking it out of bounds. Wagner over here being patient, trying to find an easy basket, just an open shot. I think they found one.
Hawkins' three-pointer is good, top of the key. And that's Megan Hawkins. That is her first bucket of the night, 32-30.
And it's like they're going back to what worked in the first quarter. They couldn't get inside that 3-2 defense, so they started making some outside shots, and after that, things started to go easier for them.
So right now, the Lady Bulldogs have live and die by the three-point line.
And it's really kept them in this game.
Clayton. Olivia Clayton.
And that's the first time that she's converted on a contested layup. in this game, anytime she's gotten bumped or just distracted in any sort of way down there, it's been a miss. But this time she goes up strong, finds a little adversity, but she converts.
Penny, 3-point, and will rim off, won't go. Rebound by Hamilton. Henson, kind of a
Wild shot.
Wild shot, just threw it up. Hope that's a prayer and a hope right there.
And right there, Alexa Hamilton should have got the ball to Henson a lot faster. She was open in the corner and just didn't look up in time to hit her down there so she could take the open 3-point shot.
Nice dish from Virgil to Burton, but Burton unable to finish. Ball gets knocked out of bounds by the Wildcats. And intercepted pass trying to get it to Virgil. That was a dangerous, there was a lot of white jerseys in between her and Virgil.
And she had an open player over here. Number 13, Burton, was showing that she had the outlet, but she didn't like the pass at all. She's got to trust herself in that situation.
And they're going to call Virgil, I believe, on the push on Olivia Clayton, and they do.
And
that's her second and team number 6 foul.
And that's surprising that that's only Virgil's second foul of the game.
She's been very active. We've called her name a lot.
Yeah, we have. And I think they call a foul on Stroud right there on the inbound pass.
And that'll be Stroud's third and the team foul 7. So that sends Henson to the line and shoots 50-50, and that makes that one. That gives her 9 on the night, or afternoon, I guess. Henson hits both of those, 36-30, 6-point lead. Oh, she wanted it, but she
decided against it
yep.
right there.
She was about a foot further out than what she normally shot from.
And I think Olivia Clayton over there kind of, makes the difference in that shot.
And that one will roll in. Holy cow. 24 points for Stroud, all via the 3-point line. 21 points, excuse me.
Ooh, nice ball handling over here by number 45.
Lewis, she drove in a little bit too deep.
Gracie Lewis.
Oh, trying to hit Penny on the baseline, and Stroud put the ball a little bit too far out in front of her.
It's a timeout on Wagoner right there. It looks like they want to talk over some things.
So they'll take a timeout, and we'll take a timeout as well. Talk about Bravado Wireless. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back to the Crossroads Classic here in CHECOTAH, Oklahoma. And we have a fantastic game going on for the Consolation Girls Championship. CHECOTAH leads 36-33 over Wagoner currently. And I tell you what, I'm pretty impressed with Peyton Stroud. Put on a 3-point shooting clinic today.
Yeah, she surely has. I mean, she has been a little quiet here in the second half, but that first half performance was brilliant. I think 4 or 5 from 3-point line. This half, I mean, she shot, I think she's only made 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, she's hit 2 in the second half, 1 in the third or fourth quarter.
So right there, it's been an outstanding game. But they're going to need a couple more from her if they're going to want to take this win away from CHECOTAH.
Nice strip there by Burton on Clayton's shot.
Wagner's playing that close, tight defense now. They know that it's going to crunch time, and they really want to get this victory.
Into Clayton, nice. Oh, Clayton's got to finish those. 36-33, hasn't had that open look and just couldn't finish it off the glass.
Yeah, and that was a good job by Proctor, able to get up there and get the easy basket for Clayton, but she doesn't convert. And there you see Burton with a nice jumper over there inside the paint, and she knocks it down. It's the 1-point game.
Burton has quietly put in 8 points tonight. And rebound by Burton after a missed shot by Henson.
And I don't know what she was waiting for right there. I mean, she missed the shot, and it's like everybody froze and was looking what was going to happen with the ball. It bounced on the ground before anybody pounced on it. It was just a slow reaction to everything.
1-point game. Wagner has a chance to take the lead. And this will, if they do, it'll be their first lead of the game. Nice job by Proctor to find Olivia Clayton down low.
And she knew where she wanted to go that whole time. She does a great job keeping her head up, and she tries to penetrate. She sees Olivia cutting to the basket, and she hits her at the right point. Good job by Olivia, turning around and hitting the easy layup.
38-35. CHECOTAH is on top by 3. They had Virgil open momentarily on the baseline. Hawkins will back it back out. And Penny drives in, nothing there. Virgil with the rebound, now Lewis with the rebound.
Yeah, that's definitely a foul over there on number 25 by the Lady Bulldogs, Megan Hawkins. Just a tight defense, trying to play real aggressive, but just leaning into the opposing player a little too much right there.
So that'll put Henson at the line, and Henson is 4 for 6 from free throw line. Hits this one. Misses it, but rebound by Thomas, excuse me. Thomas, jumper, off the glass, won't go. Rebound by Burton. Penny, jumper, short, right back to her. For a little 5-footer, boy, she's in there a lot. Timeout, CHECOTAH. Coach Jim Glover wants to talk about it. And Dion, we're going to take a timeout, and we're going to talk about it as well. But we're going to talk about Bravado Wireless.
Sounds good to me.
There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines, because we live where you live. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back to the CHECOTAH Crossroads Classic. Oh, that's much better. I can hear myself now. Much, much better. Can you hear me now, Dion?
I can hear you loud and clear, partner.
Lovely. What a sweet sound hearing Dion's voice in my headsets.
Some people will say otherwise, but go ahead. I'm not going to complain.
No, we've got to have love. We've got to work together all day today.
All day.
Plus, we both bleed orange. I even wore my orange socks for you today.
I appreciate it. You know, there's nothing like a guy in orange.
Right.
It just brings out the best in you.
It does. You know, we both bleed orange, so that's awesome. That's why we get along so well. All right, back to action. 1:31 left in this fourth quarter, and this has turned out to be a fantastic ball game to start. I hope the rest of our games go as well as this one does.
We've had a good close ball game throughout the way. Right now, up by 4.
Oh, tried to hit Thomas. They had her, but a little bit too high of a pass. Penny's going to push for Wagoner. Stroud's going to kind of reset the offense just a bit.
Oh, he dribbles off
scramble
her
for the
foot.
ball. Nice job by Virgil to hold on to it. Timeout by Wagoner, and Coach Pawpaw is going to say, hey, we need to talk about this for a second.
And it might be a great timeout because you could see on the offensive end it was a little discombobulated. Everything was kind of in hurry mode. And because of that, all these players seemed a little frustrated at everything that was going on. But they get some time to regroup, communicate what they want to do, maybe run up and draw up an offensive play and see if they can knock this lead down as they're down by 4 with only a minute less to go.
Well, they seem to be in a hurry, you know, and you know as well as I do, 1:40 in basketball, that's a lot of time.
That's a lot of time.
And they bunched up over on the right side, and Penny kind of looked flustered or confused, not knowing what to do, and so Coach Pawpaw is going to say, let's just reset, calm down, and let's go get some buckets.
And it's always good when you have young players to remind them the situation they're in, to remind them that you don't have to be in such a hurry. I mean, there's a lot of time left. We're only down by 4. Things can turn our way in any moment. We just have to regroup, come together, and think about the situation that we're in, and then execute.
Right, and it doesn't have to be a big shot. We just need a bucket.
But one of the things that they can't do is, knowing that the time is limited, they cannot waste the time that they already have.
Nice save by Stroud, because that was going to be a unforced turnover. Hawkins three-pointer. Wow!
And with that three-point basket, it's a 1-point game and a timeout over here by Wagoner.
Wow. Big shot by Hawkins. And it'll be a full timeout. So we're going to take a quick timeout break, and we'll be right back for the last of this fourth quarter.
Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
We were there when your grandparents made their first telephone call. We were there when your parents were able to choose what to watch on cable. And now, we are here for you, providing high-speed internet service to your family. There is one thing we know for sure. No matter what happens next, Cross is here to keep you connected. Cross, serving families like yours, today and tomorrow.
Welcome back to the CHECOTAH Crossroads Classic. We've got a barn burner. 41 seconds left. CHECOTAH up by 1 point. Hawkins for Wagoner just hit a monster three-pointer. And now as Henson gets trapped over here in the corner, Jim Glover is forced to take a timeout, a 30-second timeout. So, Dion, what do you want to do if you're CHECOTAH? You're up by 1 with seconds left.
Well, I always say the same thing when situations like this come into play. You're up by 1, all right? Who do you want to have the ball? The players that have executed for you throughout the entire game. For this CHECOTAH team, it's simple. It's number 15, Madison Proctor. She's been the girl for this team on both ends of the floor tonight. Also, you got to have a number 2 option, and it's always going to be the lady down there who's done it for them defensively and sometimes offensively today, Olivia Clayton. So both those 2 players have to get it done in these crunch time moments.
Pass inbounds right in front of us here. 28 seconds. Henson has the ball, and you either have to foul if you're Wagoner or try to go for the steal. Nearly backcourt. Wow, what a save. 18 seconds, and you've got Proctor wide open down here.
I don't know what the what the plan was over there in the huddle, but it made me a nervous wreck over here. I mean, I want to say 3 or 4 times the ball was almost turned over, and I am really feeling it from the fans over here. You could hear them behind us. Like, everybody was on the edge of their seats like, oh, my God, don't turn it over. Oh, my God, don't pass the ball to the other player.
If we have more games like this, we're going to put in order for Xanax or Zantac or whatever it is.
Something. Got my heart racing over here.
So Henson hits the extra point. Now it's a 2-point ball game. So Wagner's not out of it, even if she hits this one. She won't. And it's knocked out of bounds. It looks like I believe it was on Clark, Frankie Clark.
And so the ball will stay with the Wildcats.
So now if you're Wagoner, you didn't get the rebound, you're going to have to foul quickly, and you're going to have to make a decision who you're going to foul. So you kind of have to look at the book and say, the only person that shot free throws has been Henson and Clayton, so you got to take your chance on somebody.
Yeah, and Henson's shown the ability to make and miss some. She's done better down the stretch, but she just missed the one right here. Clayton, she was 2 for 2 when she went to the line, so I don't imagine you going to try and foul her. You can try and go for some younger players that are on the floor. I mean, I remember Proctor, although she's been extraordinary in this game, she's still a sophomore. And in these crucial times, that's something that Jimmy V, he had that time that they went down there and won the national championship for those NC State Wildcats. What did he do? He found the youngest player on the court and said, let's put him in the toughest spot and see if he can come through for his team, and he couldn't. That's how they got that national championship.
Right.
So maybe that's what you go with.
Go for the youngsters. So inbounding the ball will be number 10, and that is Alexis Hamilton for the Wildcats. And they get it to Henson. Oh, and Penny steals it. Des Penny layup. Oh, goodness gracious. She ties it.
Did that just happen?
Whoa.
Like in a blink of an eye, she comes in, steals the pass, and everybody's looking around expecting a whistle to be blown. No whistle, and she goes in and she makes the layup. I was so afraid for her because she came in with so much speed. She does a good job of slowing her momentum down and making the layup. And now we got a tie ball game, and smiles go across that Wagner's bench's face.
I thought she was going to hit the brick wall. We'll watch it right here. It was all ball.
She takes her shot and she goes.
Look at her smiling all the way in.
And she makes the layup. Look at her, the enthusiasm from the team and the bench. And good job to call a timeout and regroup. Now, what will the Lady Wildcats do? Who do they get the ball to, and where do they go to execute this play and this basket that they desperately need?
That was Penny's only bucket of the game, only field goal of the game. And I think if you're CHECOTAH, you have got to get it down. In my opinion, you put Olivia Clayton in the midcourt, get it down to Henson, and let Henson get a shot off somewhere inside the three-point line.
And you say that because you know that's the girl that they trust right now. I mean, she's handled the ball this whole time that we've been under a minute and in crunch time. They've given it to number 23. So hopefully they can execute something.
Wagner's going to call a 30-second timeout.
And that's a smart move. That's a smart move by Wagner because of the fact that they want to see what offensive set they're going to get into, and then they can set up their defense. Good job. Let's go to commercial and see what we can have here in a second. Yeah.
There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines. Because we live where you live. Visit BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
All right, so now both teams know what the sets are going to look like. Hamilton will throw the pass in. Long ball. It's got Clayton way out front. She tries to get it, and Wagoner will have the ball as it goes out on Thomas. She tried to get it to Henson, but couldn't get the pass around to her.
And it was a great pass to Olivia, but she didn't know how much time was on the clock. She had time to gather, pivot, and take a good-looking shot.
And here we go. We go to our first overtime game. Wow, welcome to Checotah, Dion.
Well, I mean, let me catch my breath for a second, guys, so we can put some more time on the clock.
Woo-wee. All right, well, let's take a couple commercials. Dion and I are going to get some oxygen and gather our thoughts for this overtime period coming up.
Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection. There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines, because we live where you live. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Start of overtime, our first ever overtime game that we broadcasted. I'm pretty excited about this.
I'm enthusiastic about it.
Enthusiastic. Checotah scored 8 in that final period, and Wagoner scored 13.
And now, here's the thing. It's overtime. The momentum is with Wagoner because of the fact that they were able to get that steal and take this game into overtime. But who plays like they have the momentum?
Who doesn't play on their heels?
And they call a blocking foul over there on Wagoner. I believe they called on number 10.
That's Clark. So that will send Olivia to shoot a 1-and-1. And so that will break the tie.
I've always had a theory. First one that makes a basket in overtime, that's the one that's going to win.
Oh, and nice rebound by Thomas. 43-40. So the miss by second miss by Clayton. Thomas rebounds, puts it back up. Virgil stepped out of bounds on the baseline, trying to get around and get a shot. That was that's one of those you have to back out and reset.
And that's a great job by Destiny. You saw that early in this game. She was doing a lot of pushing on the defensive side and offensively to try and get some rebounds for this team. But right here, she goes straight up, and the the offensive player steps out of bounds.
Well, I thought Clayton was going to take that three-pointer there for a second. Nice pass to Thomas. Look at that.
And look at who's coming alive over here in crunch time and overtime. Destiny Thomas with 2 quick baskets.
Well, think about it. She had to set for a long time with 3 fouls. She's got fresh legs.
That's very true.
Jump shot by Clark, won't go. Rebound by Thomas. So Thomas may be the story in this overtime possession.
And that's a great observation right there. Fresh legs by the player who was in foul trouble this whole game. So she's coming in this overtime and making a big difference.
They're going to call the reach-in foul on Penny. And that may be her 5th foul. Is that her 5th foul? And that is Penny's 5th foul.
And that's going to be a big loss for this team.
That is huge. Proctor will shoot 2.
And just like she's been doing all night, Proctor nails the free throw.
Some confusion substituted in for the Penny that fouled out. That one was off and rebounded by Burton, but she turns the ball over. Thomas gets it, and now Thomas is going to get fouled by Stroud, and that will be Stroud's 4th foul.
And I'm telling you one thing, man, I haven't seen a performance like this when you need it the most by a player in a long time. Destiny Thomas is taking this overtime over.
First free throw doesn't go. Second one won't go. Big rebound by Henson. Kicks it back out to Hamilton.
Looks like CHECOTAH's finally taking advantage of that height that they have over there in the backcourt.
Now they've lost some quickness with Penny going out with 5 fouls. But you can't have unforced turnovers like that.
You know what? And if she's 5'3", she probably catches that.
Right.
But not knowing who she was throwing the ball to, that one sails over Proctor's head and out of bounds.
Virgil's trying to root her way into the paint. Couldn't get the shot to fall. Rebound by Henson. Big rebounds in this overtime possession. And I believe they're going to call Virgil as she reached in. They're rooting around down there, aren't they?
Yeah, it looks like the referee wasn't anticipating the pass down there and kind of let that one sail over his head.
All right, we're going to take a timeout, a full timeout. We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
We were there when your grandparents made their first telephone call. We were there when your parents were able to choose what to watch on cable. And now, we are here for you, providing high-speed internet service to your family. There is one thing we know for sure. No matter what happens next, Cross is here to keep you connected. Cross, serving families like yours.
Back to action, and Henson misses her first free throw. She'll be shooting 2. Second one up and is good.
So that one makes this a 7-point ball game.
And they've almost scored as much in the overtime as they did in the last 2 quarters. 3-point attempt by Hawkins, won't go. Rebound by Olivia Clayton. And
I call a tie ball.
Jump ball.
The possession arrow is going back to Wagoner.
They really need to try to get Stroud out open and let her shoot.
You can tell she's trying to find that 3-point line herself as well.
Proctor's not going to let her get away from her. Hawkins drives, tries to throw it up, and it's going to be fouled by Hamilton, I believe.
And it seems like from the stands and the coaching staff, the majority of this crowd does not agree with that call.
They called it on 23, oddly enough. They called it on Henson.
And that's our 4th. Ooh, and a nice block
Nice block by Henson. Picked up the foul, and she said, that's what I think about that.
She said, not in here.
Three-pointer on the way, too far. Rebound by Hawkins on the backside. They've got Stroud up top. She was calling for the ball, unable to get it to her. Bodies diving everywhere. And that's not, at least they're helping each other up. They're not putting knees in each other's back.
That was the most friendly pile dust up that I've ever seen. Because, I mean, normally in those situations, you're putting knees in people's backs and helping them getting up off their head.
We did that 2 weeks ago, just us playing around.
I'm saying.
Ripping shirts, tearing up ankles. .36 seconds. CHECOTAH just trying to keep the ball on the four corners. Ooh, and can't even catch Proctor to try to foul her. And Stroud and Proctor collide right here in front of us. I think it busted Stroud's lip. But Wagoner has the possession.
No foul, no foul.
11 seconds. Wagoner just trying to get some points here in overtime. And I think the Lady Bulldogs have just ran out of gas here.
Yeah. I mean, it took a lot of effort to make that comeback, that first comeback, and overtime, the fresh legs of Destiny Thompson was the sealer. And this Lady Wildcats team comes away with the victory in overtime.
Big win for the CHECOTAH ladies. I think we saw a lot of growing up, not only on CHECOTAH, but I think Wagoner also. I think we saw some growing up today.
Yeah, I mean, especially for Wagoner, number 13, Burton coming off the bench, some big baskets for her, and then the young sophomore was extraordinary, Madison Proctor. So a lot of good things that we saw on this court today, but the Lady Wildcats come away with the victory.
Yep. All right, well, that'll be all for this game. It's a final in overtime. CHECOTAH Lady Wildcats 47, Wagoner Lady Bulldogs 40. Stay tuned, we have more to come. Coming up next is Vian versus Keys in the boys action.